यस्यान्तन्नादिमध्यं नहि करचरणं नाम गोत्रं न सूत्रं नो जातिर्नैव वर्णः न भवति पुरुषो नानपुंसं न च स्त्री नाकारं नो विकारं न हि जरिमरणं नास्ति पुण्यं न पापं तत्त्वं नो तत्त्वमेकं सहजसमरसं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् नूनव्याख्या प्रकटितपरब्रह्मतत्त्वं विभानं परिशिष्टान्ते वसदशिगणैरावृतं ब्रह्मनिष्ठैः आचार्येन्द्रं करकलितचिन्मुद्रमानन्दमूर्तिं स्वात्मा रामं मुदितवदनं दक्षिणामूर्तिमीडे वेदान्तार्थविभासकादिगतये शान्ताय सन्न्यासिने नानावादिनगेन्द्रसङ्घपवये योगीन्द्रवन्द्याय च मोहध्वान्तदिवाकराय भगवत्पादाभिधां बिभ्रते तस्मै भाष्यकृते नमोऽस्तु सततं पूर्णाय बोधात्मने अपारसच्चित्सुखवारिराशेः यस्योर्मिमात्रं भुवनं समस्तं गुहाहितं तं रमणं गभीरं चिन्ताविहीनं हृदि चिन्तयामि राकाचन्द्रसमानकान्तिवदना नागाधिराजस्तुता मूकानामपि कुर्वती सुरधुनीनिकाशवाग्वैभवम् श्रीकाञ्चीनगरी विहाररसिका शोकापहन्त्री सताम् एका पुण्यपरम्परा पशुपतेः आकारिणी राजते योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मवाजमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे सद्गुरुं चन्द्रशेखरम् मातामहो मातरं च पितरं च पितामहो मातुलं च गुरून् सर्वान् वन्देऽहं ज्ञानसिद्धये पीताम्बरं करविराजितशङ्खचक्रकौमोदकी सरसिजं करुणासमुद्रं राधासहायमतिसुन्दरमन्दहासं वातालयेशमनिशं प्रतिभावयामि सान्द्रानन्दावबोधात्मकमनुभवितं कालदेशावधिभ्यां निर्मुक्तं नित्यमुक्तं निगमशतसहस्रेण निर्भास्यमानम् अस्पष्टं दृष्टमात्रे पुनरुरुपुरुषार्थात्मकं ब्रह्मतत्त्वं तत्तावद्भाति साक्षात् गुरुपवनपुरे हन्तभाग्यं जनानाम् गोपिका जीवनस्मरणं गोविन्द गोविन्द जानकीकान्तस्मरणं जय जय राम राम हर नमः पार्वतीपतये हर हर महादेव The character of Krishna is extremely pleasing. It is an enigma. There are so many facets to this character. And the more and more you keep reading about Bhagavan, more and more you are enchanted. And the Leelas of Bhagavan are never a bore. What I mean to say is, there are so many other stories, other things that we listen to, we watch, the movies or books that we read. But if you read a book once, maybe you might read it twice or thrice. Unless you forget it, you don't really refer back to the book. You don't want to go back to the book and read again and again. If you were to watch the same movie 5 times a week, it would no more interest you. But Bhagavad Gita is something that keeps on giving more and more, again and again and again. Because it is just not one layer of the Katha, And the words used there, the nature of Bhagavad Gita is such that it is like nectar. You cannot have enough of drinking of it. How much ever you have, you want more. You want to drink it again. You want to taste it again. That is how enchanting and interesting the Bhagavad Gita is. But it is like this only for people who have that kind of a bent of mind. The same Bhagavad Gita might not be interested towards it, who has no samskara, who has no chitta shuddhi, who has no bhakti. But the same story we have heard from so many different people, from various Mahatmas, all who have sung it in so many different languages, so many different ways of experiencing the same truth, same Bhagavan. And we still continue to enjoy it. You read the Ramayana 100 times, you would not have had enough of it. You read the Srimad Bhagavatam 100 times, you still have not had enough of it. We have Mahapurushas who have done Ramayana Navahas hundreds of times, Bhagavata Saptaha hundreds of times. They never say this is enough, I have reached the goal. Parikshit, who is listening from Shuka, he says, I have given up water and food and they don't affect me so much because I am continuously listening to Bhagavad Guna from you, Bhagavad Katha. So nothing else affects a person who is deeply engrossed in the subject of Bhagavan. We can keep listening to it again and again, the same story. We may get a different perspective. Even if it's not a different perspective, it's just so enjoyable to listen. We go to Bhagavata Saptaha with the same person again and again. You want to listen to the same person reciting the same Bhagavata again. Why? Why would you do that? And we do this for years together. That's satsanga which pours this Satyam on us has that immense capacity to keep one there. There is a unique power of satsanga, unique power of Bhagavad Guna. But again, it is available to only those who have Bhagavad Kripa, those who have the grace of Bhagavan, who are endowed with the grace of Bhagavan, who are endowed with the right vasanas and samskaras. They are able to be in this kind of a environment. The same, some other person might not have even a little interest. For them, it is very difficult to find a way out of the samsara chakra. There needs to be a lot of chitta shuddhi to come to the level where you are always in the Bhagavad Guna Kathamrita. Like that we have been experiencing so many gunas of Bhagavan and we don't seem to have enough of it. We move on to Dashakam 57, Pralambasuravadha. We have seen previously also, this Pralamba is also related to other asuras. All of them have the same motive of destroying Krishna. They come there with that motive, but they end up with the most supreme motive, supreme goal. They end up merging into Bhagavan. They become one with Krishna. Such is the tapas they have done in their previous janmas, but they have to attain Krishna through this kind of a karma, where they have immense hate towards him and they end up being one with him. Dashaka 57 Bhatta 3 begins, Rama Sakha Kwa Pidine Kamada Bhagavan Gato Bhavan Vipinam Sunubhirapi Gopana Dhenubhirapi Samvrito Lasadveshaha. He calls out Bhagavan as the fulfiller of all desires. Hey Kamada Bhagavan Rama Sakha Kwapi Dine. You as the friend of Balarama. Rama in these contexts, it would always refer to Balarama. And once upon a time, on some day, you went to the forest. Vipinam meaning forest. You went along with Rama, along with Balarama, you went into the forest. And along with all other cowherd kids also, Sunubhihi api Gopanam. Gopanam Sunubi. Sunu means sons. Sons of Gopas, meaning his cowherd boys, the boys of all other Gopas. And along with many other cows, Denubhira Vismrato Lasad Veshaha. With a lot of things you were well adorned. You had done nice alankara and you went into the forest. Sandarshayan Balaya Svairam Vrindavanashriyam Vimalam. Balarama has come along with him. So maybe Krishna has explored more than Balarama, because every now and then we hear that Balarama has started accompanying Krishna. So this day, Krishna is showing the forest around to Balarama. He's showing to see this tree, and they're enjoying the beauty of the forest and all the natural views that they're getting. Sandarishayan Balaya Swairam Vrindavanashriyam Vimalam. Such pure beauty that is there in Vrindavana is not to be found anywhere else. Just experiencing the beauty and also showing it to Balarama. Kandirai Sahabalaihi. Kandira means the stick that is there in the hands. So all the boys are holding sticks to herd the cows. You need a stick in the hand. So Kandirai Sahabalaihi. Bhandirakamaagamo Vatam Pridanai. Vrindavana is also called as Bhandiraka. And there is also a tree there called Bhandiraka. So maybe the name of the place itself comes due to the tree. So that Bhandirakam Vatam. They came close to the tree. That was the spot for them that day. They came there and sat down. Tavattavakanidhanaspurhaya Durgopamurtiradayaluhu Daityah Pralambanama Pralambabahum Bhavantamapede. So this Pralamba, as I said, all these asuras, they have a single motive, single goal of vanquishing Sri Krishna. So Nidhana means death. So they wanted Krishna to die. So Tavaka Nidhana Spurhayalu. He who had an attachment, or he who was interested in you, in killing you, Gopamurtihi Adayaluhu. So he was Spurhayaluhu. He was attached, he was interested in killing you. But he was Adayalu. Dayalu means one who has kindness. This fellow has not even an iota of kindness. So cruel he is. Adayalu. But he has arrived in the Vesha, in the form of a Gopamurti. He is also dressed himself up like a cowherd boy. And this Pralambasura comes there. So what is his name? Daitya Pralambanama. His name was Pralamba. And he came close to you who had long arms. Pralambabahum Bhavantamapede. Again, a play of words here. The Daitya, the Asura, was called as Pralamba. And he came to you. You are also Pralamba Bahu. Bahu means arms. And Pralamba means that which are long arms. So he who is Pralamba, he came towards you, came near you, who had long arms. Pralambabahum Bhavantamapede. Jananna Yadijananiva Tena Samam Nibaddha Sauhardaha. Even though you immediately recognized him, Krishna immediately recognized that this was an Asura and what his intention was, and that the Asura has to be killed. Even though he knew this, he put up an act as if he did not know. Avijanan Iva, as if he did not know. He created a friendship with him. A boy has come around the same age, and these are all of them are going to have fun that day. Probably they're going to play something. So they also had a conversation, and they struck up a friendship with this Pralambasura. Nibaddha Sauhardaha Vatanikate Patupashupa Vyabadham Dvandva Yuddham Arabdhaha. Near that banyan tree, that Bhandiraka banyan tree, near that, the Vatanikate Patupashupa Vyabadham. All the cowherd boys, they're all very skilled in wrestling with each other. Dvandva Yuddham Arabdhaha. All of them, probably they do it every day. It's a fun sport for them. All the cows are grazing that side, but they have to engage themselves in doing something. So all of them are engaged in just happily wrestling with each other, not with any malignant intention, but just having fun there. But they were all very skilled in wrestling. So that's why Patu Pashupam Yavadham Gopan Vibhajya Sangham Balabhadrakam Bhavat. One was the team of Balarama, the other was team Krishna. They split into two different teams. The leader on one side is Krishna, the leader on the other side is Balarama. But this Pralambasura, he was frightened of Krishna. Even though he came here with the idea of killing him, he has heard all the previous stories. So his goal today is, instead of Krishna, he should attack Balarama. So Tvad Balabhirum Daityam. Even though he was frightened of your strength, that is Krishna's strength, Tvad Balagatam Anvamanyatha Bhagavan. So again, the word Bala is used twice. So he was frightened of Krishna's strength, is the meaning of the first Bala. Strength is the Bala. Bala in the second context, so Tvad Balagatam, since he came to your team. Here Bala means the team, the group of Bhagavan. So he joined Krishna's group because he was scared of Krishna. So Krishna's group has to wrestle against Balarama's group. If he joins Balarama's group, he might have to wrestle against Krishna. So he joined Krishna's group itself, so that he can wrestle with Brahmi, he can wrestle with Balarama or some other boy on the other side, and he does not have to face Krishna in the wrestling match. So Kalpita Vijetrvahane Samare Parayuthagam Swadaitataram. The rules of this wrestling match was this. From this team, one has to wrestle with the other. Each of them has to wrestle. Whoever loses, they have to be carried upon the back by the loser. The loser has to carry them and walk a certain distance and come back. That is the victory march for the victor of the wrestling match. Kalpita Vijetrvahane. So that is the rules that they have created. Vijetra, whoever wins, has to be carried. Samare Parayuthagam Swadaitataram Shridamana Madhattha Parajito Bhaktadasatam Prathayan. Krishna's very, very close friend Sridama was on the other team, was on Balarama's team. Krishna and Sridama had to wrestle. Krishna, knowingly and wantedly, purposefully, intensely, he lost to Sridama, and as required by the rules, whatever the rules of the game were, he carried Sridama on his own back and walked back and forth. So what does Patatri say? So how very great of you. This shows that you are the servant of your bhaktas. Sridama, who is your friend, is your bhakta, he is your devotee. You would do anything for a devotee. Not only this much, Bhaktadasatam Prathayan. You can do whatever. And you seem to be a servant of your devotees, to show to the world that you are always like this and they just need to be bhaktas. You carried Sridama on your own back according to the rules of the game. Like this, a lot of them, they were wrestling against each other. Evam bahushu vibhumanne valeshu vahatsu vakyamaneshu. So after each, so one of them, two of them will fight, all of them will be cheering. And when one of them loses, the other boy will carry him. The loser will carry the victor on the back, and they will go and come back, and then the next match will start. So each two boys will keep wrestling. Bahushu valeshu vahatsu vakyamane. One used to carry, maybe the next time the same person loses and he is carried. Something like this happens. Continues like this. Rama Vijita Pralambaha Jaharatam Durato Bhavaditya. Pralamba, he fought against Balarama. Balarama and Pralamba had a match, a wrestling match, and Pralamba lost against Balarama in that match. So Pralambaha Rama Vijitaha, and therefore Pralamba had to carry Balarama. Pralamba immediately took Balarama on his shoulder and he started going far away. Purato Bhavadbhitya, because he was scared of Krishna, that Krishna might spot him, and if he wants to harm Balarama, he cannot be anywhere close. So he took Balarama far away. But the Kavi uses the word Vibhuman in the first time. Vibhuman means one who is omnipresent, one who is there everywhere. So however far he went, Krishna will be able to still see him because Krishna is present everywhere. So Vibhuman Durato Bhavadbhitya Jaharatam. He took him far away. But you are Vibhuman. You being the infinite, you can see whatever happens wherever. Tvaduram gamayantantam drishtva halini vihita garima bhare daitya swarupamagat yadrupat sahi balopi chakito bhut. Duram Gavayantam. So seeing that this Pralamba was taking him quite far away, not there is probably some distance to where all other boys would take and return. It's just a kind of victory march when you show that you have won. The Pralamba is going on and on, he's running away. And this Halini means Hali means Balarama, one who has the plow in his hand is called Hali. Ihita Darimabhare Daitya Swarupamaga. So long when he started running away with Balarama, then he started feeling the weight of Balarama. So this Balarama started increasing in weight, just like Krishna did for Trinavarta. And Pralamba could not carry him anymore after a certain distance. So Pralamba came back to his original form, Swarupamagat, his original austeric form he took up. Yadrupatsani Balopi Chakito Bhut. Seeing that demonic form of Pralamba, even Balarama became surprised. He did not expect this to happen. He knew something was fishy, but he did not expect Pralamba to turn into an Asura all of a sudden. Ujjataya Daityatanoho Tvanmukhamalokya Durato Ramaha. So when Pralamba changed into the Asura form, he became huge. He was normally probably the height of a cowherd boy. Then he changed his form to that of a demon. He became so huge that from, even though Balarama was so far, it seemed like from height he could see Krishna. If all of them are in the same state, then probably because of trees and bushes in between, the sight is not there. And now that the Asura has grown and Balarama is on the Asura's shoulder, from high up there, perched on top of Asura's shoulder, he could spot Krishna and both of them met with their eyes. Tvanmukhamalokya durato Ramaha Vigata Bhayo. As soon as he saw Balarama like this, Balarama met Krishna with his eyes, immediately Balarama, that surprise went away and he had no more fear. Seeing the Asura change from a slight fear, what happened? That was Balarama's thinking. But now Vigata Bhayaha, he had no confusion. What has to be done? Dridha Mushtiya, he made a nice fist of his palm and Brishadushtam Sapadi Pishtavarenam. He gave a single blow upon the Asura's head. And the Asura just became one ball and he just fell down like he was crushed and he became like a ball of meat over there. Digata Bhayo, Dridha Mushtiya, Brishadushtam. Dushta means one who is cruel, one who is evil. He is extremely evil. Brishadushtam Sapadi Pishtavan. Immediately he just fell down there by that blow. He was crushed up by that blow. Hatva Danava Veeram Praptam Balam Alilingitha Premna. Balarama very happily came back after having killed that Danava, that Asura. And Krishna tightly hugged him. Alilingitha Premna Tavan Nilatoho Yuvayo Shirasikrita Pushpa Vrishti Ramaraganihi. Every day the heavenly, all the devatas, they come there and they're watching whatever is happening here. And as soon as both of them, Krishna and Balarama, hugged each other, they started showering with flowers from there on this beautiful scene of the brothers embracing each other. Alambo Bhuvananam Pralambam Nidhanameva Marachagyannem Kalam Vihaya Sadhyaha Dolam Varuche Hare Hare Kleshan. Alambo Bhuvanana. You are the support of the whole world. Alamba means a foundation or a support. You are the foundation of all the three worlds. Pralambam Nidhanam Eva Marachagam. This Pralamba came for your Nidhana. He came to kill you. But you instead planned and killed him. Nidhana. The same word Nidhana he uses. Pralambam Nidhanam. You took him to his death. Pralambam Nidhanam Eva Marachayam. You created a plan, you made a whole game out of it, and you made him carry Balarama, and then using Balarama, you vanquished him. Kalam Vihaya Sadhyaha. After that, for some more time, you all played there in the forest. Dolam Baruche. One Hare Hare He Kleshana. Hey Hari, oh Lord of Guruvayur, please eradicate. Hare He means please pull all of them away. Pull all my sufferings, take them all away. Oh, Lolamba Ruchi. Lolamba means one who has the splendor of a black bee. Lolamba Ruchi. Krishna is black black in color. So rucha means that splendor, the kind of color that is there is called rucha. Lolamba is a bee, one who is the color of a bee. To please eradicate all my suffering. Hare Hare He Kleshanam. So every katha in whether it is Bhagavata or all the Krishna kathas, they have, as I said, they have multiple layers. It's not there is a katha for us to listen to and enjoy, and just like telling children nice stories. There is always some philosophical idea behind that. Here, so this Pralambasura is like the vasanas that are within us, all the durvasana, the different kinds of samskaras that we have from so many births, from so many janmas that we have acquired. All these, they always carry us away from Bhagavan. They pull us, all the senses, the sense objects, the material attachments, all they pull us away from Bhagavan. Similarly, this Pralambasura, who is the form of vasanas, is carrying the Jiva Balarama away from Bhagavan. He's just running away as fast as possible. When that Jiva turns his drishti towards the Lord, Balarama, then that becomes unbearable. You go very far away from Bhagavan, you have to turn towards Bhagavan. The Jiva makes that small effort of turning towards Bhagavan. Immediately Bhagavan fixes his eyes upon him and he leads him. He knows Bhagavan shows the way of what has to be done. And from so far away, Bhagavan provides the strength to kill that asura. That means to kill all the vasanas away. Bhagavan provides the strength, he provides the guidance. And once that is done, you unite again with Bhagavan, you become one with him. You realize that you have, that you are also infinite, you are also Vibhuman. You realize you are released of the hold of vasanas and you realize your oneness with Bhagavan. That is the philosophical understanding behind this Pralambasura Vadha. Next, Dashaka 58. Tvaiviharanalole balajale pralamba pramathana savilambe tenavasvairacharaha trinakutuka nivishta dura duram charantyaha kimapi pipinamaishi gakhyamisham babhuhu. This Dashaka, it is very poetic in the sense, everywhere, all across Narayaneeyam is very poetic. But usually in poems, they will have some parts which are specifically for descriptions. So you do not deal with any katha bhaga, you do not talk about the storyline, or you do not talk about the character or anything. But it's just a description of nature, description of many other things, and bringing it into the line of the story. So this Dashaka is somewhat like that. Though the Katha Bhaga here is the rescue from the forest fire. There is one more forest fire that we are going to see here. Even after the Kali Amantara, there was a forest fire, if you remember. There is one more forest fire that is going to happen here. But the Kavi, he shows a lot of his poetic beauty here. We will not be able to see all the alankaras that he has used here. But if you just keep reading Narayaneeyam, you would see that this Dashaka, specifically, all the Dashakas later also is again dealing with the storyline, and in the end, there's a lot of Vedanta. But this particular Dashaka right in the middle, it is specifically for the description of nature, for description of the forest, description of the cows, and all other things there. And the Chandas in this Dashaka is Malini. He has used it in very few places, this Chandas, in the whole of the scripture. Tvaiviharana lole balajale pralamba pramathana savilambe denavasvairacharaha. So when Krishna and Balarama and all other boys, they were in the wrestling match and he was planning to vanquish this Pralamba and all, they were immersed in this wrestling match. At that time, all the cows, they went their own way. These boys are in their own world having this sport. The cows went searching for the grass everywhere. They are in a place where there's a lot of grass, but the cows want a particular kind of grass called Aishika. Trina kutuka nivishtaha dura duram charantyaha. Because that taste of the grass is pulling them, the kutuka, meaning that one enthusiasm or the eagerness for the grass that they have, so they went far away. Vipinam Aishikakhyam. So they went to a forest named as Aishika. The forest is named Aishika because it has this particular kind of grass called Ishika grass. It is very the cows like that kind of grass very much. So they all went to that forest there. Kimapi vipinam aishikakhyam isham babhuhu anadhigata nidagha kraurya vrindavanantat bahinidam upayataha adanam dhenavastaha. The Vrindavana, where Krishna and all other cowherds are staying, it is kind of protected from the summer heat, partly because of a lot of greenery there in the foliage. They don't feel the heat at all, even though it is the peak of the summer in the north of India. They are not feeling the heat over there. So, anadhigata nidagha. Nidagha means the heat that is there in summer. They are not feeling that at all. Praurya vrindavananta. So, these cows are used to that kind of a temperature, that kind of an environment where they hardly feel any kind of heat. Now that they have traversed away and they are going to this new forest, the Aishika forest, Bahiridam Upayataha. Now they have come out of that surrounding of Vrindavana and they have reached the second forest. Kananam Dhenavastaha Taba Viraha Vishanna Ushmala Grishvatapa Prasara Visaradam Bhasyakulas Stambhamapuhu. Because of separation from Bhagavan and also because of the intense heat of the sun of the summer, they became Stambhamapuhu. They became very their energy was drained, they were enervated. Prasara Visara Rambhasi Akulaha. They wanted water from somewhere or other. They're getting only grass. So they became totally exhausted. I had no other so much intense thirst because of the heat. They were absolutely exhausted. Tadanu Sahasahaihi Duraman Vishya Shaure Galita Sarani Munjaranya Sanjata Khedam Pashukulam Abhilichya Chipramane Tumarate Tvai Gadavatihi Sarvatobdirjajrumhe. Tadanu Sahasahaihi. Along with all the other cowherds who were playing with them. Sahaya means all the other help. They were all playing, suddenly the cows are not visible. So they all started searching. Together they went to search for the cows. For a long time, for far away, they are searching, but they are not finding. And these cows have traveled so far. Galita Sarani Munjaranya Sanjata Khedam. They have lost their way. These cows, they have lost their way. They have gone so far away. Sarani means the way, the path that they have traveled. Galita Sarani, they have lost their way totally. Munjaranya Sanjata Khedam. In that Munja forest, they all have gone into the Munja forest and they are extremely distressed. Sanjata Khedam. Pashu Kulam, the cow, the group of cows, Abhiliksha, somehow they went and found this Krishna and all other boys and went and found the cows. Shipramane Tumarate. Immediately they wanted to get them back to Vrindavana. They made all the readiness. They tried to get the cows together and bring them back to Vrindavana. And as soon as they reached there, from all sides the forest fire surrounded them. Sarvato Nirjajrupte Sakala Hariti Deepte Khora Bhankara Bhimen Shikhini Vihatamargaha Ardhadagha Ivartaha. Sakala Hariti Deepte. Hariti, here Harit means directions. Harit is another word for direction. All the directions, there was so much fire. Deepte, everything is burning. Khora Bhankara Bhime. The sound that is emanating from this forest fire means all the trees start burning and all the grass starts burning. There's a lot of sound. And in a small homa happens at home itself, there's so many various sounds that come up. And the whole forest is burning. So much sound. Terrific roar that is happening. Shikhini Vihata Margaha. The paths have been closed because of fire. There's fire. Whichever path you go towards, there's only fire. Ardhadagha Ivartaha. They all feel like they have half burned the bodies. Both the cowherds and the cows, they all feel like their bodies have been half burned. Ahaha Bhuvana Bandho Pahi Pahi Sarve. And they all turn towards Krishna. Oh, friend of all the whole universe. Bhuvana Bandho Pahi Pahi. Protect us, protect us. Sharanam Upagata Swam Avahartaranekam. They all surrendered to you. You are the only person who can remove all the afflictions. Tapa here means the heat. That it is the real heat that is coming from the Agni. But it also means the heat of our material existence. You are the only person who can remove this kind of heat. Tapahartaramekam. Nowadays, being in this kind of a environment where we are usually in urban centers or we are in villages, wherever we are within humans itself. No, none of us, very few of us actually go into forests and see what a forest is like or what a forest fire would be like. And recently, even within the past 2 or 3 years, there have been huge forest fires across continents, whether it be in Australia, whether it be in California. And this is all due to, these are all usually man-made disasters. Right? Yes, because of summer, the heat increases, and that is when the forests catch fire. Here also in Vrindavana, it is summer, and there are a lot of dry grass, dry trees. That is when they all catch fire. But we as humans, as a whole race, we have lost respect for nature. And that is where the nature, it will start, it is giving us retribution now. We have to think a lot upon these lines where we are not respecting nature at all. So these kind of dashakas shows that we have to respect nature a lot. All the technological advancements that we are coming through, we have the least respect for it. Even though all the leaders of the world meet up in so many different places and they come up with huge documents, very little is actually happening on the ground. The consumerism is so much imbibed within us that we are not able to live without disturbing nature. So many of our activities, every small activity is disturbing nature. And we have started, we want so many things that everything has to be got from nature. Bhumi can give only so much. We have seen in the 17th Dashaka, when the 18th Dashaka in the Pruthu-charitra, if we start misusing the bounty that nature is giving us, Earth will take everything within her. She will not give us much more. Or we will be the cause of our own destruction. Some kind of a Mahapralaya might happen, and we all might go into that agni. We have to be very careful, we have to be very respectful of nature in every small thing that we do, whether it be the use of plastic, unnecessary use, the overuse of some things, the wastage of food that we do, the wastage of resources, keeping more than what is necessary, using more than what is necessary. All of us know, all of us can reduce. We talk a lot, we write a lot, but practically we have to bring this into our practice or into our everyday life, trying to reuse a lot of things, not buying unnecessary things. Lot of such things. So on the whole, respecting nature is what we have to learn from these kinds of episodes. Alamalamati bhitya sarvato milayadham drishamiti tavavacha militaksheshu teshu vanu davadahanoso kutra munjata visa sapadi bhavritire te hanta bhandira deshe alamalamati bhitya. Bhagavan said, enough of this fear. All of them are crying to him. Please protect us, please protect us. Immediately he says, do not fear, do not fear. All of you close your eyes. Sarvato milayantam. All of you immediately close your eyes. Drisham milayantam. Tavavacha militaksheshu teshu. All of them immediately listen. The cows and the cowherds, all of them immediately listened and they all closed their eyes. In a single moment, where is that forest fire? The forest fire completely disappeared. Kutra munjata visa. We had gone to separate forest altogether. Other than from Vrindavana, they had gone to the Munja forest or the Aishika forest. It has two names. They had gone to a different forest. That also disappeared. Sapadi Bhavriti Rete, all of them immediately came to the Bhandira Desha. That is the same Vatavriksha where they were. They were all playing near that Bhandira Vatavriksha. We saw it in the previous Dashaka. That banyan tree was called as Bhandira. That same place wherever they were playing, they all came right back to that same place. Sapadi Bhavriti Rete Hanta Bhandira Deshe Jaga Jagatava Maya Keyamisheti Tesham Nutibhiruditahaso Bhattanana Vilasaha. They all proclaimed victory. They all said, Jaya, Jaya, hey Krishna, Jaya, Jaya, victory to you, victory to you. What is this great magic of yours? What is this Maya of yours that we cannot understand? and so on. They praised him. All the cowherds praised him. Nutibhi udidaha saha. Krishna just laughed it away. He still sees them as friends. And again they started playing there. Bandhanana vilasaha. Punarapi vipinante prachara padaladi prasava nikaramatra grahya dharmanubhave. Again they started playing there and they started having their own sports in that Vrindavana. When they went there, they felt the heat of summer. Now, when they came back to Vrindavana, there is no more summer at all. It feels like it is nice spring when they come back to Vrindavana. That is the kind of temperature that is there. That is the kind of feeling that they have. But how did they know it was summer? There was only one identification to show that it was summer time. Padaladi prasava. There is this flower called padala, which blooms only in summer. It does not bloom in any other season. So seeing those padala flowers blooming, prasava is to bloom. Nikara matra, they have bloomed in groups everywhere. Only by that single thing, you could see that there was gharma. Gharma means summer season. Only by seeing the blooming of the padala flower, they were able to identify it as summer season. Otherwise, they are not feeling the heat. They are happily roaming around in the forests of Vrindavana. Tvagi vimukhamivochaihi tavabharam vahantam tava bhajana vadantaha pankamuchoshayantam tava bhujavadudanchan kuriteja pravaham tapasamaya manishihi yamuneshu sthaleshu. Usually, kavis are known to do a varnana, do a description of either spring or Sharad Rutu. Here, there is a description of the summer season itself. So, everything connected to Bhagavan. In 3 lines, it is 3 different ways of connecting with Bhagavan, the happenings in that summer season on the banks of Yamuna. Yamuneshu sthaleshu. On the banks of Yamuna, around Yamuna, what is happening? You tapasamaya anaishihi. You spent the summer season on the banks of Yamuna, around the banks of Yamuna. How was it? Tvayi vimukhamivochaihi tapabharam vahantam. There was so much heat there, the tapabhara, the heat there, felt like if a devotee turns away from you, whenever a devotee turns away from you, vimukha means one who is not towards you is vimukha. The tapa that he feels, that is the kind of heat that was there on the banks of Yamuna. Meaning there was so much heat that whenever a devotee who turns away from you, he will feel the pangs of separation. That was the intense amount of heat that was there. Vimukhamivochaistavabharam vahantam tava bhajanavada antahpankamuchoshayantam. But the same heat, what it did, it purified the hearts, it purified that whole place. How? Just like worshipping you, if somebody does bhajana, that is, if somebody worships Bhagavan, the way their mind becomes pure. Bhajana vati antahpankam, meaning the dirt that is inside. In summer, usually the whole place is clean. Yamuna, in rainy season, there's a lot of what we call the dirt and everything. The river comes in spate and it is all muddy. Everywhere it is muddy. But in summer, the place is clean. There is not a lot of mud or anything. Nothing like that. Everything is clean. Like that, the hearts, the devotees also become clean by bhajana. Bhajanavati antah pankam. There pankamuchoshayantam. On the banks of Yamuna, all the muddiness is gone. Tava bhujavate udancha bhurite jafpravaham. The way your arms are long and beautiful. Like that, the pravaha of Yamuna also, that is the flow of Yamuna, the river Yamuna, that is also just long and just flowing. The way if somebody sees your hand, they see a flowing hand. Here, Krishna is also the bluish black in color. So you see a flowing hand, his hands are so long. Bhujavate udanchat guri teja pravaha. The flow and taranga of Yamuna is such that it is just flowing long like that. Tapasamaya manishihi yamuneshu sthaleshu. This is the kind of poetic this thing that Bhattatri brings in here. Tadanu jaladajalihi vadvapustulya bhabihi vikasad amala vidyut itavaso vilasaihi sakala bhuvana bhajam harshadam varshavelam shitidhara kuhareshu sairavasi vyanaishihi. After summer is the monsoon. So in monsoon there are dark clouds. Jalada means cloud. that which gives water. Jalam dadati iti jaladaha. That which gives water is the clouds. Jalada jalaihi twadvapustulya bhakihi. So how dark are the clouds? The clouds are dark as your form. How whatever color is yours, the clouds are also of that color. Usually you would say Krishna's color is that of the clouds. Now the Kavi is putting it the other way around. He saying the clouds are in that dark color, is the same color as that of your body. Because of Amala Vidyut Pitavaso Vilasari, a lot of thunder. All the monsoon dark clouds are coming together, and there is thunder and lightning. The lightning that is coming in between there seems like Krishna itself is there on top. Why? Because the lightning seems like his Pitambara, the yellow silk that Krishna is wearing. The lightning seems like that. Amala Vidyut. There is no such pure, bright lightning that is coming. Pitavaso Vilasaihi. Bharati is just imagining Krishna, those dark clouds in his body and the lightning that is coming there is like Krishna's Pitambara. Sakala Bhuvana Bhajam Harshadam Varshavelam. This Varshavela brings along with a lot of joy. All the farmers are so happy because of the incoming clouds. After summer, which is so hot, the clouds come and bring in joy across the whole land to everyone. Not only the farmers, they are all a Pashupakula. So rain is their main way. The rivers start flowing into a full speed. There is enough water everywhere. So Sakala Bhuvana Bhajam Harishadam. That which gives happiness to everyone present. That kind of the monsoon, that is the rainy season, Varshavela, Shitidhara Kuhareshu Svairavasi Vyanaishi. So in this monsoon, when they go to place, Krishna and all the cowherds, they sit inside caves. They don't come out and they don't graze along with the cows. Only the cows can bear the rain falling on them. The young boys, they sit inside the caves, they spend their times in the caves. Shitidhara means mountains. So mountains are the ones that hold up the earth. That's why they're called Shitidhara. They hold everything together. Like pillars you usually hold up. So they keep things together. Like that, the mountains also keep the plates of the earth together. That is why in Sanskrit they are called Shitidhara, that which holds the earth. Kuhareshu, Kuhara means caves. So within the caves of the mountains, you spend your time. Kuhara talanivishtam tvam garishtham girindraha shikhi kula navakeka kakubhistotrakari sputa puta jakadamba stoma pushpanjalincha pravidadhadanubheje deva govardhanoso. Kuhara talanivishtam. You went every day and you were sitting in some cave or other. You were happily spending times in these caves. The Girindra, that is the Govardhana. Govardhana is the biggest mountain that is around Vrindavana, that is close to Vrindavana. So usually they would go to Govardhana and sit in those caves. So this Girindra, great mountain, that is Govardhana, how did he worship Bhagavan? So Bhattatri brings his imagination here. The Govardhana is worshipping Bhagavan. How is Govardhana worshipping Bhagavan? All the peacocks there are singing. Whenever the clouds are seen, the peacocks will start singing. Peacocks are cooing so beautifully that it feels like they are singing the praises of Bhagavan. Shiki Kula Nava Keka Kakubihi. Kaku means stotra. Keka means the sound that a peacock does is called Keka. Shiki is peacock. Shiki Kula Nava Keka Kakubihi Stotrakari. It seems like they are all doing stotra towards you. They are all praising you. So Govardhana is asking the peacocks to do stotra for you, to do bhajana for you, and therefore they are all cooing. And there are so many trees on Govardhana. They are all blooming and all the flowers are falling down now. Because of rains, they are all falling. So it seems like by Kadamba Pushpa and Kutaja Pushpa, Govardhana is doing Archana. He is worshipping you by doing Archana for you using all these different flowers. Sputa Kutaja Kadamba Stoma Pushpanjalincha. Using all these kinds of things, he is worshipping Bhagavan. This Govardhana is worshipping Bhagavan. Atha Sharadamupetam Tam Bhavad Bhakta Cheto Vimala Sagila Puram Manayan Kananishu Trinamamalavanante Charu Sancharayangaha Pavana Purapate Tam Dehime Deha Saukhyam. Immediately after the rainy season is the Sharadrutu, all the clouds. So currently they are in almost we are near Sharad Ritu. October, November is around Sharad Ritu, where the monsoon has retreated. And it is neither too hot nor has the winter set in. So it is a beautiful time and everything is green. But at the same time, there is no rain to stop anybody also. So that kind of Sharad Ritu, which succeeded the rainy season, there is a lot of water, abundant water everywhere. And how was that water? In the rainy season, there's a lot of muddy water. But now all that water is pure. There is no mud at all. It is all clean water that is there. Vimala Salila Puram. In Sharad Ritu is when all the water become without any muddiness. So how pure was the water? The water was so pure, like the hearts of the devotees. The hearts of the devotees, which has been purified by bhakti, like that the water was also so pure. Trinam Amalavanante, and the grass and also all the green grass, fresh grass had grown. And there you took all the cows and you made them graze there. Charu Sanchara Yangaha Avana Purapate, O Lord of Guruvayur, endo me with good health. Deha Saukhyam, give me Deha Saukhyam. So what is Deha Saukhyam required for? It is for doing dharma. Deha Saukhyam is always for doing dharma. From dharma comes Chitta Shuddhi, through Chitta Shuddhi comes Jnana, and through Jnana we attain Bhagavan, we attain that moksha. This, now we have seen this whole Dashaka, the literal meaning we have seen, the poetic beauty of it. Now we will go through the Dashaka again with a different kind of perspective. I won't go through every shloka, but we will see how this whole Dashaka makes sense from the philosophical perspective. What is the idea behind this whole Dashaka here? So it started with all these cows going into some other forest, into the Aishika forest, in search of grass, in search of few things. These cows represent all the jivas, basically human beings. We go behind all the things that attract us, whatever we are pulled towards, whether it be something for the eyes, something for the ears, nice music, nice movies, nice food that tastes very, very well, or nice smell, everything that attracts us, we go behind that. So the sense objects keep attracting us. The cows were attracted by good food. They wanted tasty food, that Ishika grass they wanted. Similarly, all the jivas are also attracted. And we always behind these worldly pursuits. And what happens when we go there? Immediately go there, the summer. So the next verse was how the summer was affecting them a lot. They were immensely thirsty. They did not know what to do. So we go there, all the power that is within us, the energy that is within us, all that is extracted. We become enervated. There is no energy left to do anything else. All the material pursuits, if you see, the pursuits of sense objects, it always drains us. It never energizes us. Whenever you do worship of Bhagavan, if you do a puja, you will feel energized after that. If you have danced in Kirtana, if you have sung in a bhajana, then you would know the experience of doing the devotion to Bhagavan. Or it is the Nitya Puja at your own home, you feel very energized after that. You feel fresh. Even if it has been a lot of effort, even if it has been like Krishnashtami, where you work from morning to evening doing something, or any other kind of this thing, you put in all that effort with Bhagavan in your mind, then that doesn't, you feel fresh even after that. But you feel kind of energized, even if not physically fresh, there is that feeling of satisfaction within you. But whenever you go behind sense objects, you always feel drained out. You feel like something has been taken away from you. You have lost something and you have to gain it back, either through some eating food or taking rest or something. You have to gain that energy back. That is how you feel. So that is what is explained by that summer. That separation from the Lord, whenever you go away from Him, it causes only sorrow. You have gone far away. All these cows have gone far away from the Lord. Similarly, we go towards the sense objects. We get lost in the material pursuits, and all that causes is sorrow. Nothing else. We go there thinking it is going to give us sukha. But Prahlada says in Bhagavata, dukkaushadam tadapi dukkham. Whatever you think is the medicine for dukkha, for your sorrow, even that becomes sorrow. The medicine for sorrow becomes a greater sorrow for you. That is how we go on from one cycle to another. We keep searching outside and we don't turn towards Bhagavan. But Bhagavan comes searching for us. He, along with all the cowherds, he came searching for the cows. But when he comes there also, the jiva has to make an effort to turn towards Bhagavan. But the jiva is caught in the forest fire. All the material things around him just catches fire and he does not know what to do. He is overcome by sorrow. At that time, when he has no control over whatever can be done, you cannot go and fight a forest fire with buckets of water. When his ego has been completely vanquished, it has been erased. And that time he knows that this is not possible by me. With my efforts, I cannot go beyond this fire, this forest fire. I have to just turn towards Bhagavan. Then he turns to Bhagavan and he says, protect me. Pahi pahi ki sarve. When they say, you turn to Bhagavan, you say, then they say, pahi pahi. Then he comes. What does Bhagavan say? When he says protect, he says close. All of you close your eyes. Sarvato vilayam. Immediately close your eyes. What does this closing of the eyes mean? It means stop going away. That is, stop going towards these sense objects. Antarmukha. Make your mind turn towards the inside. Turn only towards Bhagavan. Surrender everything else in this world. Do not hold anything else. We hold to something else in this world and then we call for Bhagavan also. If that happens, then Bhagavan will not be able to protect us. We have to let go of the thing that we are holding on to. We hold on to wealth, or we hold on to health, we hold on to family. We say they will protect us. The wealth that I have will protect me. The learning that I have will protect me. We always hold on to something that we have in this world. It is all because of the ego that we have there. When you let go of that, when that ego goes away from that, you know that is not going to help you at the end, and only Bhagavad Jnana is going to help you. Then you let go of that support and you close your eyes. That means you close your eyes to the external world and you turn inwards. Sarvato vilayam. You withdraw yourself completely from the world and you turn towards Bhagavan. That removes the sorrows immediately. At that moment, you find that from that immense heat, you are immediately in Vrindavana. In Vrindavana, what is there? It is like an oasis in the desert. And even though there is heat all around, in Vrindavana there is no heat. So for the person who has turned towards Bhagavan, even though he might be in the same material world, he might be in the same material existence, but whatever sorrow is affecting everyone who is not a Bhakta of Bhagavan, it does not affect him at all. He is shielded from that sorrow. Just like the trees in Vrindavana shield these cows and they do not feel the heat of summer. Similarly, this devotee is shielded from the sorrows, from the tapa of the whole the material existence, and he has his own oasis of devotion towards Bhagavan. And that is what he says. Everybody from next, they all go to Bhagavan is sitting in the during the rainy season. He is sitting in Govardhana. In Govardhana, where he is sitting inside the cave. That is the same thing that the Upanishad also says. Bhagavan is always available in the cave of the heart. Govardhana is like our heart, and Bhagavan is within the cave of the heart. Narayaneeyam mahato mahiyan atma guhayam nihitos. This Atma, that is that. It means this Hridaya Desha does not mean this physical heart that we have. When you are deep in meditation, you can find that point where there is nothing but that that awareness. Wherever that awareness arises, wherever you can feel that sensation, that experience of I, where it arises within that body, that is called the heart. This is a spiritual heart, not the blood pumping heart that we have. So when we say Atma Guhayam Nihitaha, he is within that cave of the heart, that is where he is available immediately. So like that, Bhagavan is sitting in the caves of Govardhana. So that is the figurative expression that is given here. And we have to worship that Bhagavan. And when we worship that Bhagavan, he reveals himself like he reveals in the Sharad Ritu. He comes outside in all his splendor and everything becomes pure, everything becomes Bhagavat Swarupa. So that is how this whole Dashaka has a beautiful underlying of philosophy behind that. Philosophy does not mean just some academic explanation. It means that experiential Bhagavan that we have, that is there through and through. It is entwined within this Dashakam. Vrindavana has its own speciality. The place of Vrindavana itself, so many bhaktas we see. The physical place of Vrindavana that is there near Mathura today has a great importance for all the bhaktas. Not only bhaktas, that space itself, because Bhagavan has been there. The Purna Avatara of Bhagavan, Krishna, the most recent Avatara, the Purna Avatara, has stayed there, it has walked there. So the energy that is there, the divine presence of Bhagavan, is something that is unparalleled anywhere else. That is a place where it is useful for spiritual endeavors. All other devotees, even Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, he traveled to Vrindavana to specifically see this place. So the greatness of Vrindavana we will see a lot more during the account with gopis, and when Akrura comes to Vrindavana, we will see the beauty of Vrindavana again and again. Even today you go there, the energy of the place is something different. You might think that the place all with all the modern amenities there, or all the trashing and all the physical, the way we see it might not be a spick and span place, but the kind of spiritual energy that exists there, it exists in very few places. That is why they are called tirthas, like Varanasi, and all the great tirthas that we call, those places by themselves, because of the Tapashakti. Here the Tapashakti is Bhagavan himself has spent so many years there, showing all his prowess, showing all his divine manifestations. That is the place where he showed maximum divine manifestations. So many leelas that is there. You see in Vrindavana, that 10-11 years that he spent in Vrindavana is half of Dashakam, half of the leelas of all across, spread all across Bharata. So that half of Dashamaskanda is all concentrated in Vrindavana. That is the divine presence of that place. So if Bhagavan has to choose that place, there is something special about that place, which is an experiential thing that we will is known only through experience. So the Dashaka 59 is about the flute of Bhagavan. Tadvapur navakalaya komalam premadohanam ashesha mohanam brahmatattva parachin mudatmakam ikshasam mumuhuranvaham striyaham. This and the next Dashaka explains the bhakta, the devotion of the gopis. Devotion of gopis is a subject by itself. So we will get into that a lot more before the Rasa Krida. Rasa Krida is from Dashaka 65 to 69 is the Rasa Panchaka. We will see the philosophy and the immense devotion of gopis, the unparalleled devotion of gopis, and the tattva over that. We will get into that place. Nevertheless, 59 and 60 is an introduction to that. And then we have other 4 Dashakas with the Govardhana Leela and the Brahmana Leela. The Brahmanas 3, where they come and give Upayana to Bhagavan. So this 59 and 60 is Krishna playing the flute, and then Vaftrapahan. We will probably take this up in the next lecture, this and the other 4 Dashakas. But nevertheless, the bhakti of gopis is something that we probably need a whole discourse to explain. This and the next Dashaka itself might take the whole of the next discourse. So we'll stop for here today, and we will continue from Dashaka 59 in the next week, next Saturday. Hara Hara Rama Parvati Padage Hara Hara Mahadeva Gopika Jeevana Smaranam Govita Govita Janaki Kanta Smaranam Jaya Jaya Rama Rama Sadguru Swaminaha Jai Yato Mamatma Bhasit Pameva Tona Varchim Mamakim Chidasti Yatha Taveshtam Gurumam Tashiva Vamatmanatham Ramanam Bhajan Ram Ram